Hey everyone, welcome back to in today's video. We're diving into the top 7 most expensive USA Abraham Wheat 1 penny bad condition coins that are worth serious money if you're a coin collector. This is a list you don't want to miss. First up, the 1918 Lincoln Wheat penny, specifically the version without mint mark. This particular coin has some unique characteristics that can significantly impact its value, especially when you come across one in a brown color shade and damaged condition. Let's get started. The 1918 Lincoln Wheat penny is part of a beloved series, first issued in 1909. This penny features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, while the reverse showcases 2 stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity. What makes the 1918 version noteworthy is its historical significance, as it was minted during the aftermath of World War I, a time when American society was undergoing significant changes. Now, let's talk about mint marks. The 1918 Lincoln penny can be found with mint marks from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. However, the one we're discussing today is the no mint mark version, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. This version is less common, adding to its collector appeal, especially in various conditions. Coin condition plays a massive role in determining value. The term damaged condition suggests that the coin may have scratches, dents, or other forms of wear and tear. For the 1918 Lincoln Wheat penny in brown color shade, which indicates that the coin has not been well preserved, the market value can vary. Based on recent sales data, a 1918 Lincoln Wheat penny in damaged condition can typically range from about $12,000, depending on the severity of the damage and the overall market demand. If you have one in better condition, you could see values rising significantly. However, it's essential to note that damaged coins often fetch lower prices, as collectors typically seek well-preserved examples. Interestingly, while many might overlook damaged coins, they still hold value to specific collectors. Market trends show a growing interest in historical coins, regardless of their condition, particularly among novice collectors. So, if you find a 1918 Lincoln Wheat penny in your collection, even if it's not in perfect shape, don't underestimate its worth. In summary, the 1918 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark in brown color shade and damaged condition may not be the crown jewel of your collection, but it still holds a story and a modest market value. Always remember, every coin has its own history and significance, making coin collecting such a rewarding hobby. Next up, the 1925 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark. If you're lucky enough to have one in very fine condition, you'll want to stick around as we're exploring its history, features, and current market value. Let's get into it. First, let's talk a little about the 1925 Lincoln Wheat penny. This coin is a part of the Wheat penny series, which began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The series ran until 1958, making it one of the most collected coins in American history. The 1925 penny itself is special because it was produced during a time of economic prosperity in the US, following World War. The version we're talking about today is the no mint mark 1925 Lincoln Wheat penny. No mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia, which was the largest producer of coins at the time. This detail is key for collectors because each mint mark adds a layer of history and sometimes rarity to a coin. When we say very fine condition, we're talking about a penny that shows slight wear but still has all the major details intact. You'll be able to see Lincoln's profile clearly, and while there might be some slight smoothing on the wheat stalks on the back, the details should still be relatively sharp. This condition is very appealing to collectors because it captures the essence of the original design without too much wear. Now, let's get to the part everyone's curious about: the value. Based on recent market data, a 1925 Lincoln Wheat penny in very fine condition can typically fetch between $19,000. While it might not sound like a fortune, this value can vary depending on factors like market demand and the coin's specific look, as some collectors prefer certain characteristics. Of course, if the coin is exceptionally well preserved or has unique features, it could sell for even more. But in general, you're looking at a solid value for a classic, nearly century-old coin. It's also worth noting that Lincoln Wheat pennies, especially from the 1920s, continue to be popular among collectors. Coins from this period represent a historical era that a lot of collectors find fascinating. So, if you have a 1925 penny, you own a piece of that history, and even in very fine condition, it's a prized collectible. Quick tip for those who own one of these coins or plan to buy one: preservation is key to maintain the value of your penny. Consider storing it in a protective case, avoiding excessive handling, and keeping it away from moisture. The better the condition, the higher the future value. In conclusion, while the 1925 Lincoln Wheat penny without mint mark in very fine condition might not make you rich, it's still a valuable piece of American history and a great addition to any collection. Next up, the 1945 edition with D-mint mark. We'll discuss its history, features, and most importantly, its value in today's market, especially if it's in dirty condition. Let's get started. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history struck during the final year of World War II. This penny features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the front, while the reverse showcases 2 stalks of wheat, symbolizing the nation's prosperity. With the war's end in sight, these pennies were produced in substantial quantities to support the post-war economy. Now, let's talk about the D-mint mark. This indicates that the coin was minted in Denver. The Denver Mint was established in 1906 and has been a critical facility for producing U.S. coins. Coins with the D-mint mark are generally sought after by collectors, and the 1945 penny is no exception. When we refer to a coin as being in dirty condition, it means the coin has accumulated grime, dirt, or other debris over time. This can significantly affect its appearance and, consequently, its market value. For the 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny, this means it may not have the shine or detail that collectors typically desire. Now, let's get to the exciting part. How much is this penny worth today based on recent market trends? A 1945 Lincoln Wheat penny with D-mint mark in dirty condition typically ranges from $20,000. While it might not sound like a lot, remember that even in less than ideal condition, every coin has its collectors. However, if you can clean the coin gently and restore some of its original luster without damaging it, you might see an increase in value. But be careful, improper cleaning can lower a coin's value, so always consult a professional if you're unsure. For those of you who might own a 1945 D penny in dirty condition or are thinking of purchasing one, here are a few tips. Always store your coins in protective holders to prevent further damage. Avoid harsh cleaning methods as they can scratch or alter the surface of the coin. If you want to clean it, consider using a gentle soap and water solution and patting it dry with a soft cloth. Next up, the 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny without mint mark. If you've got one in extra fine condition, you're definitely going to want to hear what we have to say about its history and current market value. Let's dive in. The 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny is a classic example of American numismatic history. Struck during the Great Depression, this coin features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 stalks of wheat on the back. The Wheat Penny series, which started in 1909, honors Lincoln's legacy and represents a significant period in American coinage. Now, let's talk about the mint mark, or rather, the lack of one. The absence of a mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in Philadelphia, the primary facility for coin production at the time. Coins from this era are not just pieces of currency, they are pieces of history that collectors value highly. When we say extra fine condition, we're looking at a coin that shows only minor signs of wear. The details on Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks should be well defined, and you'll still see a fair amount of the original luster. In this condition, the coin is highly collectible, making it more appealing to collectors and investors alike. So, what's the market value of a 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny without a mint mark in extra fine condition? Based on recent sales data, you can expect it to fetch anywhere from $16,000. While it may not make you a millionaire, it's still a solid value for a nearly century-old coin. And if you happen to have one that's exceptionally well preserved or has unique characteristics, it could sell for even more. As always, market demand can fluctuate, so it's worth keeping an eye on current trends. Lincoln Wheat pennies, like the 1937 version, are incredibly popular among collectors. If you have one, make sure to store it properly. Use a protective holder to prevent any further wear and avoid cleaning it with harsh chemicals, as that can damage the coin's surface and lower its value. In conclusion, The 1937 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark in extra fine condition is a valuable addition to any collection. Next up, the 1936 Lincoln wheat penny with D-mint mark. If you've come across one in dirty condition, you'll definitely want to stick around for this. We'll explore its history, features, and most importantly, its value in today's market. Let's get started. The 1936 Lincoln wheat penny is a remarkable piece of American numismatic history. Struck during the Great Depression, this coin features the well-known profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 stalks of wheat on the back. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, was used from 1909 until 1958 and is beloved by collectors. Now, let's discuss the D-mint mark. This indicates that the coin was minted in Denver. The Denver Mint has played a crucial role in U.S. coin production since its establishment in 1906. Coins with the D-mint mark can often be more sought after by collectors, as they represent a unique aspect of minting history. When we refer to a coin being in dirty condition, it means that it has accumulated grime, dirt, or other residues over the years. This can significantly affect the coin's appearance and value. For a 1936 Lincoln wheat penny, this means it may not show the sharp details or luster that collectors typically desire. So, what's the market value for a 1936 Lincoln wheat penny with D-mint mark in dirty condition? Based on recent market trends, you can expect it to sell for anywhere from $28,000. While this might not seem like a lot, remember that even in dirty condition, it holds value as a historical collectible. If you happen to find a cleaner version or one with unique features, the price could be higher. Always keep an eye on auction results and collector interest to gauge market fluctuations. For those of you who might own a 1936 D penny in dirty condition or are thinking of buying one, here are some tips. Store your coins in protective holders to prevent further wear and tear. If you're considering cleaning it, be extremely cautious. Improper cleaning can devalue your coin, so it's often best to leave it as is. Next up, the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny without mint mark. If you have one in very fine condition, you'll want to stick around to learn about its history and current market value. Let's get started. The 1950 Lincoln wheat penny is a notable coin in American history. It features the beloved profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and 2 stalks of wheat on the back. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1909, and this penny is no exception. Now, let's talk about the mint mark or the lack thereof. A 1950 penny without mint mark was minted in Philadelphia. This makes it slightly less common than its Denver and San Francisco counterparts, but it's still a prized find for many collectors. When we refer to a coin being in very fine condition, we're looking at a coin that shows minimal wear. In this state, the details on Lincoln's profile and the wheat stalks are still clearly defined, with some original luster still visible. This quality makes it more appealing to collectors and can increase its market value. So, what's the market value for a 1950 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in very fine condition? Based on recent auction sales and collector listings, you can expect it to sell for anywhere from $30,000. It's not just pocket change, it's a nice little investment for your collection. If you find a particularly well-preserved example or one with unique characteristics, it could fetch even more. The key is to stay informed about market trends and collector interests. Lincoln wheat pennies, like the 1950 version, are very popular among collectors, especially those who appreciate the historical context behind each coin. If you have one, remember to store it properly in a protective holder to prevent any damage. And if you're considering cleaning it, I highly recommend against it. Cleaning can devalue the coin, so it's best to leave it in its natural state. In conclusion, the 1950 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark in very fine condition is a valuable and collectible piece of American history. It's a reminder of our past and a fantastic addition to any coin collection. Next up, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny with D-mint mark in extra fine condition. This was the last year of the Lincoln wheat series, making this coin extra special. Let's dive into its history, details, and current market value. The 1958 Lincoln wheat penny marks the end of an era for U.S. coinage. This was the final year that the classic wheat stalk design was used on the reverse side, designed by Victor David Brenner. The wheat penny series ran from 1909 to 1958 and remains a favorite among collectors. After 1958, the design was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial, making these coins more collectible. Now, let's talk about the D mint mark on this 1958 penny. The D indicates that it was minted in Denver. The Denver Mint produced around 800 million of these coins in 1958, so while they're not considered rare, they are still highly sought after by collectors who appreciate this iconic design and historic year. Now, what does extra fine condition mean? A coin in extra fine condition has light wear, but most of the design details are still sharp and visible. The lines on Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks on the reverse should still be clearly defined, which adds value to the coin compared to lower-grade versions. So what's the market value for a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny with D mint mark in extra fine condition based on recent sales and online listings? You can expect this coin to sell for around $22,000. While this may not seem like a huge amount, the value can vary based on collector interest and the coin's overall appeal. For those looking to build a full wheat penny set, a well-preserved 1958 D in extra fine condition is an excellent addition, and it's affordable too. If you have a 1958 D wheat penny or are thinking of adding one to your collection, make sure to store it properly. Use a protective holder to maintain its condition. And remember, avoid cleaning your coin. Cleaning can reduce its value by damaging the original surface. In conclusion, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny with the D mint mark is a fantastic piece for any collection, especially in extra fine condition. It's a symbol of history and a reminder of the final chapter in the Lincoln wheat series. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin insights, and let us know in the comments if you have a 1958 D penny in your collection. Until next time, keep collecting and happy hunting.